Yo, 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 what's up, gangsters? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in the globe. So this is the Thursday before the crazy long weekend of Easter. I managed to get the whole of next week off by taking 3 days of annual leave. Very grateful for the team for allowing me to do that, thank you. Mind you, it's been over 2 years since my last holiday/break, so anyway. That's all fun, but that has also meant that today, the majority of this week has been go, try to get everything done that is important, urgent, critical, and needs some attention, and all that jazz. So that's been fun, but also I've been kind of boss about it, so it's been a good week. I've been highly productive and getting a whole heap of shit done and achieved and ticked off the list and all that jazz. Had a suit on for most of this week, so that's been really funny too. But people who haven't seen me in a suit are like, oh my gosh, what's the occasion? I'm like, no. When I'm trying to act, when I wear the suit, people treat and act different around me, and it's kind of good because I don't have to deal with, whenever I get resistance or pushback on things that need to be done or negotiated, it just helps with that. Also, this kind of like, I've taken on this no BS, no nonsense approach to anything. So when there is resistance, it's like, okay, tell me why. I need a valid reason for that. And when there isn't, it's like, well, frankly, not good enough, so we need to do better and all that jazz. Anyway, that's been really good. Yeah, I forget what else I was going to add to that. I'm probably going to upload this to the YouTube channel and share it that way, because I found that on socials it's hard to do longer videos, which I find frustrating, because there isn't a lot to update per vlog or whatever you want to call this, and trying to fit it into like less than 2 minutes is really difficult / virtually impossible. But yeah, so I might try doing it via YouTube, which has got minutes and minutes and minutes. So we'll see how we go with that. Anyway, I had a very substantial breakthrough moment with my therapist this week. Yeah, it was this week. Had originally an unbooked session, which was very enlightening, very eye-opening, and a question that I had not considered, I think, myself properly, but also the summary of a question that my therapist asked, and I was like, how did you know to ask that question, but in that manner, because that's how I think about it in my head, and I hadn't told her this. So it was like, whoa, that was significant and substantial. So, but very, very, not heavy, but there's a lot of much deeper content and context there. So we're going to try and unwrap a lot of that. And it goes back, this probably goes back, 15 years or something. For as long as I can consciously remember thinking about life stuff in my head, I guess as a late teen, even in high school and all that jazz. Anyway, it was a very like, wow, light bulb, aha moment, which I was not expecting to experience. Anyway, it's very good, but now I have a lot of homework to unravel. Probably going to be going to Brisbane next week to see the cousins and Rello, so that'll be fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of like little stuff that I'm probably not gonna talk about, but anyway, it's there, it's fluttering around in the background, as it does. But I've been connecting with a lot of stuff recently on Insta feeds and like Ikigai and purpose of life and your reason for functioning and being. And I guess there was something I shared about, that Will Smith had said, and I've had a mixed response from it, but overall, a lot of the stuff that he said in this very brief video, and I think he was doing a podcast or an interview or something, a lot of stuff he's mentioned in that relates to the stuff that Gary Vee talks about as well. So I think combining a lot of both of those things, but also stuff that Mark Manson, the guy who wrote the orange cover of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, all of these things sort of combine real art. There's also a thing I saw from Tony Robbins this morning, which I shared on my story. Anyway, all of these significant advice figures who have got lots of life experience, business experience, success and failure experience, I think all sort of combine into a really, really, really good, and I'll do another video on this much later, just really good essence of how humans and we and people can be doing better, living better, and experiencing daily existence better, and I'm all about that. Ellen says, or used to say, be kind to one another. There's a lot of stuff in the Bible talking about love thy neighbor. There's a lot of stuff talking about what was the other one? Do a good deed, do a kind, unexpected good deed each day. There's another one Will Smith talks about, which is if you're not making someone else's life better, then you're wasting your time. All of these little things, I think, have validity and time and a place and all of that. And I feel like from the digital side of comms, which I think a lot of post-2010 tech has allowed us to really not so much abuse, but to overindulge and over-engage in, I think, is taking potentially away from the humanistic side of stuff. And things like a text, a phone call, a face-to-face conversation, which I think is, we're not all able to do that, given geography of each other and all that sort of stuff, but even just like, while face-to-face is amazing, things like a text or a phone call or something that will help to engage that side of our brain and emotion that makes us feel that life is good. I feel like the tech has allowed us better ability to do that, but then the social side of it, social media, and the over market consumption of that is not doing us as good as it was originally intended to. Anyway, just a little bit of a blurb, and this has gone for 8 minutes. Oh my goodness, crazy. All right, I'm going to cut it there. I'm doing my last site visits for work today. I was just down in Sutherland. I'm heading to Surrey Hills now, and then I'll finish off at St. Leonard's. As I like to say, be good or be good at it, preferably be good at it. As Ellen says, be kind to one another. Enjoy Easter, happy Easter. Enjoy each other, and have a safe and pleasant break, long weekend, all that. Peace.